ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, who is very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, and he is carrying a powerful bow and arrow in his hands. This is an invocative verse from Ayodhya Khan. And I have already given you the meaning of that. So we'll continue from where we left off. In Ramcharitmanas, verse number 7, rather verse number 9. This Tulsidas Ji gives introduction to the Ramayana that he is presenting to the world. Bhaniti mori sab gunis rahit Vishwavidit gun ek so bichari suni hahi sumati jinke vimal vivek. My composition is devoid of all appreciable qualities. Don't take it literally, this is an allegorical statement. His composition excels, from my point of view, even Shakespeare. But the point is that is being given to you is that most people write their compositions, their literature, for highly intellectual people. And sometimes they don't even know themselves the meaning of what they have written. As long as they are bombastic, full of literary, apparent literary splendor. Bhaniti mori sab gun rahit Vishwavidit gun ek so vichari suni hahi sumati jinke vimal vivek. My composition is void of all these qualities. But there is one quality. Those who possess Viveka Buddhi, good intellect, pure intellect, and who are inclined to develop wisdom, they will listen to this teaching, they will listen to the Ramayana, and they will be inspired. If you want to turn your mind to worldly values and worldly attainments, there are countless words that float in the world over smallest of things. Here in Ramayana, you won't find that, so there will be frustration. You won't find all the elegant literature that has been presented by writers. And if you look at any library, go and see how many political volumes are there, how many stories of terror, and all types of things that can crowd your mind, and they do crowd your mind. But in this, what's highlighted? Rama Bhakti, devotion to Rama. The idea behind all that is, in all your attainments in life, if there is no focus of attaining God realization, then all your attainments are great mirage, illusion. यही महा रघुपति नाम उदारा, अति पावन पुराण श्रुति सारा, मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, उमा सहित जहि जपत पुरारी. In this Ramayana, there is divine name Rama, Udara. It's the most generous, expansive ocean of compassion. Yet just to give you some beauty of literature. Udar means a stomach. People who are deities who are highly magnanimous, they are shown with big stomachs. Lambodar, Ganesh. That is to say, you can stomach all problems of the world, all the negativity, and belch out bliss. Stomach the problems and belch out the bliss. And all that becomes possible if mind is fascinated by devotion to God. And the very practical step towards devotion is Nam Japa. Mind is to be initiated into mantra. Ram is chosen by Tulsidas, but any mantra that you are receiving is same God. The Vedas chose the mantra Om, but Om became a little more abstract. That with Ram, there are many more associations, the whole associations of the Rama's story. And Ram becomes much more practical, lovable. This name is supreme purifier, Pavitra, and is the essence of Puranas and Shrutis. Shrutis are Upanishads, and Puranas are explanatory writings that bring out the meaning of the scriptures. And the essence behind all the Puranas and scriptures is turning the mind to God. And the simplest step of this turning process, get initiated into mantra. And even when you are confused, Tulsidas Ji is already initiating you the mantra Ram, Ram, Ram. The R sound, just to give you details about it, relates to Manipur chakra. Vijaksharas, the root letters, they relate to centers of Kundalini. And the R sound, the R letter, the R sound relates to Manipur chakra. And Manipur chakra is the center of karma, karma granthi, the knot of action. If Kundalini were to stay confined to navel center, then the whole philosophy of yours will be eat, drink, and be merry. But when it moves to Anahat chakra, your heart begins to open, and you begin to enjoy two things. Pure love, which doesn't come immediately, but progressive way you come to enjoy love of God, and success in meditation. Upasana opens up. Upasana is a blend of meditation and devotion. And that upasana opens up. So when you are doing Ram, Ram, R opens the door to purifying the impurities, opening the door to karma yoga, removing karma granthi, the knot of karma. and pushes on. Ra, that Ah is pushing on to your heart center. How much push? Ma, the Ma root letter is Sahasrara Chakra, the crown of your head. So from navel to the crown of the head, the entire mystical passage opens up. And that's the mystery, the subtlety behind Ram mantra. All mantras have similar meaning. Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari. If you view yourself, your whole personality like a temple, and your heart becomes the very shrine in the temple, and if you become deeply involved in enjoying japa, repeating the divine name and feeling the presence of God within yourself, and Mangala Bhavan Amangala Hari, this bhavan, the body embodied state, is a kind of a house. That house becomes mangal, full of blessings. Otherwise, it becomes an abode of amangal. Mangal is blessings, positive developments, they are all called mangal. Amangal, negative developments. In other words, with japa in your heart, with devotion to Rama in your personality, you move towards God realization. But without Rama in your heart, only the world in your heart, how can I have more money? How can I have more fame? How can I have more moha-related relationships? In that state, your heart or your whole personality becomes a basis of evil developments, amangal. You never know how shocking situations will arise in your life. On the other hand, if bhakti has entered, you never know how elevating, inspiring, and ecstasy-producing situations may arise. Bhaniti vichitra sukha vikrita jo, Rama nama binu soha naso, vidhuvadani sababhati samari, sohana basana vinabara nari. Even if you are a great poet and you have written wondrous poems, deprived of Ram Nam, implying deprived of Ishwara Bhakti, if your poem, if your writings, if your performance doesn't bring in love of God, then it's a vanity of vanities. It's empty, meaningless. It's entertaining to the masses, but from a broad point of view, it doesn't serve the deeper purpose of your life. And a very ordinary simile is given by Tulsidas Ji, just like a very beautiful woman, well decked from toes to the head, but without clothes. That she doesn't then therefore shine in a joyous way. In the same way, this beautiful teaching without Ram Nam loses all its beauty. Sab gun rahit kukabi kritabani, Ram Nam jasa ankit jani, Sadar kahi sunahi budataji, Madhukar saris santa gunagrahi. Even if you are not a great poet, and yet you bring in the glory of Rama in your composition, wise men with great respect go after your writing, after your composition. They listen to your songs, or they listen to your writings, and they explore the subtle meaning. Sant Jan, people who are saintly minded, those who love God and enjoy tasting the divine love, they become like bees, and your composition becomes a flower, and the bees go into drinking the nectar. They don't care how the petals look like. यद्यपि कबित रसे कऊ नाही, राम प्रताप प्रगट यही माही, सोई भरोस मोरे मन आवा, कहीं सुसंग बड़प्पन पाया. Though in my writings, Tulsidas says, there is no rasa, not a single rasa. Rasa term is taste, delight. The entire world is after Vishaya ras. Vishaya, objects, all situations in life, they are meant to give enjoyment to your ego. As long as ego-based enjoyment is your goal, you are interested in Vishaya rasa. In Ramayana, that Vishaya rasa is presented in a personality of Shurpanakha. Later, you will have that story where Lakshmana chops off her nose and ears. The moment you chop off the nose and ears, Vishaya rasa loses all its charm. Ears imply if you don't go on listening to meaningless chit-chats about drugs, about drinks, about vanities of the world, countless things. If you are listening, that type of enjoyment has those strange ears. If you chop them off, and a strange nose, even from a big distance. Here can be in Miami, and someone told you that in a certain hotel in Canada, they found something so delightful to eat. Your nose stretches out. And we live in this world for this type of ears and the noses. If you develop spiritual movement, first thing you do is to chop them off. Vishaya ras. Instead, Nam ras, Prem ras, Bhakti ras, good karma ras. If you do good deeds, a special type of taste emerges in your heart. Seva ras. Be good, do good. When you do good, a special ras enters into your heart. When you do jnana yajna, that's to say, share your knowledge with others, spread spiritual knowledge, devotion, a special type of rasa enters your heart. When you sing the praises of God, do bhajan, kirtan, you spread the glory of God, that gives you a special rasa, special joy. So that type of subtle taste has to develop. And the study of Ramayana awakens that taste. So those who are saintly personalities, they won't find any defect with the literature Tulsidas is saying. They will go after the bhakti, devotion. They will go after the prem ras that inundates every writing of Tulsidas. Yadapi kabit rase kahu nahi, Ram pratapa pragate hi mahi. Though that poetic juice is not there in this great book, the poetic juice that depicts sense enjoyments, Vishayaras. But there is one thing, Ram Pratap, the glory of Rama is highlighted in this work. Soi bharos more man awa, kehi na susanga badappanu pawa. And I am perfectly secure and sure that with Rama being highlighted, my writing, my composition is going to be praised, welcomed by saints and sages and all great personalities who are interested in life's ultimate goal. धूमौ तजई सहज करुआई, अगरु प्रसंग सुगंध बसाई, भनिति भदेश वस्तु बलि बरनी, राम कथा जग मंगल करनी. Even smoke, when it gets associated with incense, the special incense, musk or something of that nature, even though it is a smoke, it becomes filled with fragrance. In the same way, all my writings is like a smoke filled with the fragrance of Ram Bhakti. But without Ram Bhakti, all that people go after is empty smoke, which implies moha. Moha-based bhakti, moha-based love is like smoke. Let me give you a statement from Sri Shankaracharya. Sat sangatve nihasangatvam. If you enjoy satsanga, become more and more drawn to satsanga, satsanga will lead you to nihasanga, detaching from the layers of illusion. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. These are all layers of illusion. So satsangatve nihasangatvam. Nihasangatvam comes in degrees. You don't get it all perfection in one day, but that becomes your progressive movement on the path of spirituality. Nihasangatve nirmohatvam. As inner detachment from the world develops, detachment from the world and attachment to God, as it develops, nirmohatvam, you will not go after smoke. Worldly pleasures are like smoke. But if those pleasures blend with bhakti, for example, singing is a pleasure. But if singing is only of third class values and of perverted things, then that's not of great value. But if the singing relates to Rama, Krishna, Bhakti, and inspiring you for good actions, now it develops a special beauty about it. And that's the quality you will find in the writings of saints and sages. Sages in India, like Tulsidas ji, like Meera, Kabira, they used very ordinary village language, and they conveyed through village language an extraordinary type of devotion to God. To give you the one simple sample, देह धरेगा दंड है सब काहू को होए, ज्ञानी भुगते ज्ञान से मूर्ख भुगते रोए. Entering into embodiment, that's something illegal. Entering into embodiment. To be embodied means you are punishable. देह धरे का दंड है सब काहू को होए. Whoever has entered embodiment is going to be punished. How? Aging, disease, death, accidents, all these. Jnani bhugte jnana se. Those who are enlightened, they view their body not themselves, just like you view your cell phone. And ultimately, cell phone goes into its garbage. So you view your personality as something distant. And you view your own essential nature, real nature, as Satchidananda, as existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. I am, that am I. The Jnani bhugte jnana se. The wise, enlightened person passes through all these sufferings that come to your body with a mind flowing towards God. But Murak, those who are dull-wits do not mean that they are not learned, they are scholars, they are powerful personalities, but they don't have devotion to God. They are called Murak. Murak bhugte roe. Everything that comes in their life, they are never satisfied. Of course, the adversities that are already there in your body, potential adversities, every time you suffer through it, your suffering is more intensified by your imagination, your memories, and by your lack of faith. So, Murak bhugte roe. Now, how much wisdom is put in this just simple sentence? From literary point of view, the sentence doesn't carry any great literature. Some village words are put together. That's what Tulsidas is describing. Mangal karani kalimal harani tulsi katha raghunath ki gatikur kavita sarit ki yaun sarit pavan path ki प्रभु सुजस संगति भनति भली हो यही सुजन मन भावनी भव अंग भूति समान की मसान की सुमिरत सुहावनी पावनी. Tulsidas ji says, and also that was the style of old writers, poets, to put their name into it. So, Mangal Karani Kalimal Harani Tulsi Katha Raghunath. Tulsi name comes right into the poem. So, there is a signature of Tulsidas ji is there with every right. That's the way you identify whose poem it is. Kabira puts his name, Tulsidas ji puts his name, Surdas ji puts his name. Tulsidas ji says, the story of Rama is the doer of good. Doer of good means promoter of Kalyan, Vishwa Kalyan, raising human culture to a very advanced level, drawing souls towards God, and destroyer of the sins of Kali Yuga, removing evil and directing the mind to virtue. That's the central purpose behind the Ramayana. This simple poem of mine flows like the Ganges river, not straight, crooked. Again, Ganges river as geographical river, it's not simple. It flows in a strange way, and many rivers enter into it. Then it becomes broader and broader. In the same way, spiritual wisdom and love for God doesn't come in a simple way. You have to have a heart of purity. You have to have mind that is completely serene like the Manasarovar lake, heart pure like the snowy mountains, and your good ideas and thoughts should be like snow monkeys, making a joke of. Then only the movement of wisdom or the movement of devotion, like a river, it comes from the midst of mystery, midst of, just like Ganges comes out of the Himalayan mountains. Again, going to further, deeper study of Ganges, Ganges came out of the matted locks of Lord Shiva, implying great wisdom that leads you to liberation. Doesn't come out of an ordinary mind where 2 plus 2 can put it and it becomes 4. It comes from a mind that can have a profound insight, a mind trained by sages and saints, a mind that knows how to listen, reflect, meditate. Gurharth, term Sanskrit word, mind that can understand the subtle and mystical meaning. And that's what he is implying. He has written his kavita, his poem, but he has put it with twists. Twists like Ganges river. So he has not done that. The idea behind it, as you study it, if your understanding is not advanced, then you will get only superficial meaning of the Ramayana. If your understanding is advanced with the help of satsanga, japa, sadhana, you will find a profounder meaning in Ramayana. Just like you are going to Ganges, all that you get is cold water and then you get bone trouble. But if you have bhakti, devotion, you enter the same water and you get so inspired, and you can even get an enlightenment. So such is the writing of Tulsidas. So on one side it appears like he is showing so much humility. From the other side, he is speaking a mystical truth. My writings, even though they are very ordinary, they will be enjoyed by sajjans, those who are good-hearted, those who are spiritually awake. They will enjoy this writing. Just like even ordinary, rather unholy ashes from the cremation ground, touched by Mahadev, Lord Shiva, becomes vibhuti, and devotees go after having a little trace of that vibhuti that has been blessed by Shiva. So everything, without Rama, all this is just ashes, inauspicious. With Rama in view, all this gain special meaning. Priya lage hi ati sabahi mama, bhaniti Rama jasa sang, daru vicharu ki kariye, ko bandiya malaya prasang. Because of Lord Rama's glory that has entered my composition, this Ramayana will be very dear to all who have spiritual sensitivity. Just as in Malaya mountain in India, that's the mountain where lots of sandalwood trees abide. And even ordinary trees begin to smell like sandalwood tree. Malaya mountain is Tulsidas comparing it with Rama. So any writing that brings out love of Rama, praises Rama, is like a sandalwood tree. And even if we say it is not because of the Malaya mountain, it will get that type of fragrance. Because Rama is in it, so there will be a special fragrance and beauty. श्याम सुरभि पय विषदाति गुणद करहि सब पान गिरा ग्राम्य सिय राम जस गावहि सुनहि सुजान. Black cow, it doesn't look so good. And yet, in Ayurvedic books, the milk is considered more potent. So similarly, if you look at the Ramayana, it looks to you like a black cow. Nothing beautiful. No high literature. No descriptions of pakoras and puris. No recipes. And yet it has a milk. The milk, as if all the Upanishads are cows. And the essence has been taken by Tulsidas. And especially cows that are black. कभी न हो नहीं चतुर कहावऊं मति अनुरूप राम गुण गावऊं कहाँ रघुपति के चरित अपारा कहाँ मति मोरी निरत संसारा. I'm not a poet. I'm not foxy, clever. I'm singing the glory of Rama according to my understanding, according to my buddhi. The glory of Rama is boundless. My intellect is just attached to little world process. In Upanishadic language, glory of Rama, Brahman is Bhuma, unconditioned. And all the glory of the world is alpam, little. And when you use intellect to describe things, all that you are using, the intellect is holding on to things of the world. Every simile you give, every expression, all relate to the world of limitation. In other words, your mind can handle only alpam, little. But nevertheless, just like fingers are little, but what they point, if your finger is up, pointing to the pole star, someone just goes on looking at your finger. All that you get is little. But if you understand, though the finger is very small, compared to the immensity of the universe, yet what it is targeting is the goal. जही मारुत गिरि मेरु उड़ाही कहु तूल कहि लेखे माही समुझत अमित राम प्रभुताई करत कथा मन अति कदराई. The wind that carries away mountains like Sumeru, before the majesty of that wind, Tulsidas is comparing the wind with Ram's glory. Before the majesty of Ram's glory, even big mountains can be simply tossed away. Who am I? I am just a little cotton flake before that majestic power. That again is another point to understand. Self-effacement in a devotee makes the devotee on one side feel I am nothing. On the other side, I am one with God. With God, blended with God, I alone am. But that aspect must emerge out of you like the moon emerges out of a dark cloud. That aspect should not inflate your ego. The idea I am Brahman should not inflate your ego. Constant self-effacement should be your focus, with humility and surrender to God. Ram's glory is boundless, aseem, limitless, and I am naturally hesitant in bringing the glory of Rama. Sadhara sesa mahesa vidhi agam nigam puran neti neti kahi jasu gun karahi nirantar gan. All great sources of profound literature. The sources are Goddess Saraswati, Sheshanag. These are all mystical characters. Saraswati is the presiding deity of knowledge, presiding deity of speech. Sheshanag, cosmic mind with countless hoods, is representative of cosmic mind. Shiva himself, an aspect of God. Brahma, another aspect. Scriptures, Vedas and Puranas, they have declared the highest truth as neti neti. Not this, not this. And that's the way they have praised God. The highest praise of God is neti neti. Not this, not this. But that not this is so interesting that it is now brought out into volumes of writing. And with this I will conclude. Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om Shanti Shanti.